Cooper, welcome back to my video series on HârnMaster and the support that it offers that we have for it in Foundry Virtual Tabletop. I got some requests to show setting up a world from scratch and as quickly as possible getting going with a new world and get a couple characters in there and initiate some combat. And there was also an earlier comment asking to show Counter-Strike. So I figure that combat will include Counter-Strike. So you see here we've got no worlds whatsoever. We do have the game system installed of HârnMaster 3. And we've got, these are my favorite add-on modules. I'll do a separate session on what these modules do and why they're my favorites. And we are running the latest 0.8.8. So what I want to do before we get started is I want to include some of the new features, some of the new downloads that are available with HârnMaster. So go to the game systems. You can just click on this link here. It brings you to GitHub. You want to scroll down a little bit to the text, and down here we've got associated modules. If you're playing HârnMaster Gold, there's now support for HârnMaster Gold as a module. We're going to pull in some characters and some locations. All of these are excellent to have, but just to get things going quickly, I'm only going to install a couple modules here. What you want to do is take the manifest URL, and you're going to right-click, you're going to copy link, go over here to add-on modules, install module, boom, paste it in right here on manifest URL, and install. We're going to go back here. We're going to take the bestiary. This is great. It's got your common animals and beasts, and it's just the stats here, but it helps you get things going really quickly. So we're going to take this one. We're going to copy this link, and we're going to paste it in here for an install. And this is brand new. We've got locations now. So you've got these great locations and with great battle maps, and it really gets you going quickly. We're splitting this up into locations and adventures. So over here we've got Shower of Silver, which takes place in jetties. And so if you want to install the Shower of Silver adventure, you do need to have the location that it belongs to. Well, let's go ahead and take, let's do Standing Bear Inn. All right, I'm going to take this one, I'm going to copy this link, and I'm going to paste it in here, and we're going to install it. All right, so that's installed, and I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to close this. I'm going to go over here, Game World. You see we've got no game worlds. I'm going to create a world. I'm going to call this Harn, and I'm going to give it a data directory here of Harn, and I'm going to select HârnMaster 3 as the game system. And we're going to launch the world. Initial login for Game Master is an empty password. You will want to change this. Since this is going to be going away soon, I'm not going to bother. You do change it over here on settings with the user management. That should be the first thing that you do, is change that password. Go in here to manage modules. See that we don't have any of the modules installed. For right now, I'm just going to install the Harn stuff, and so I'm going to do the bestiary, the Friends, Foes, and Followers, and the Harn Standing Bear Inn. It does require a module dependency, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to enable that, and I'm going to, oh, you know what, I'm also going to include Search Anywhere. Yeah, okay. I'm going to save those module settings. And it refreshed the screen, brings you up this welcome screen, which says, welcome to Harn Standing Bear Inn. Do you want to import everything or choose individually? Go ahead, import everything. And it pops up a bunch of these little infos. Just going to clear those out. All right. Here as the introduction, gets you going. Credits. This is from the Fanon that's available on lithia.com. Thank you very much to these people, Rob, Carrie, Richard, and Brent, and also thank you very much to Tom Rodriguez for converting this over to Foundry. And this is where you start. So this gives you information on how to use it with non-Harn systems and how to use the scenes, etc. But really here is where to start for the actual location. And you'll see, breakdown of all the places, the important NPCs, the price lists. But what we really want to see here is the battle maps. All right, so let's go and take a look at the battle maps. Harn Standing Bear Inn, we've got the brewery, we've got the inn, we've got the inn yard, and we've got a levels version. But let's just take a look at the simple stuff. I'm going to go ahead and right click on the inn yard, and I'm going to do view scene and zoom out a little bit. We've got the fur road that leads off out here, and here's the various aspects. And there is some guidance text in here that when you do go into into one of these buildings, there are separate interior maps for these. This text is not visible to the players. I didn't set up a player account, so you can't really see that, but you can go over here and click on this, right click, and you can see whether it is invisible GM only text or visible to the players as well. And so all of this slightly shaded text, this is GM only text. This brighter text, this is actually visible to the players. I can turn that off if I want to. So this is how you can control what information is visible to the players and what is hidden. And over here in the actors, Standing Bear Inn, here are our the actors that are part of the fanon. So we can grab this guy and we pull him out. You've got a token already set up for him. Double click on here and we've got the profile. All the stats are already filled in. Go to the skills. All the skills are already filled in. This is great. And let's go ahead and have him meet someone from one of the Friends and Foundry, or the FFF. So you go over here on the difference. So for new people to Foundry, we've got the actors directory, and this is what you would have in ready for your next session or for the the next couple sessions. These are the player characters. These are the actors that they might, or the NPCs that they might meet in the next couple sessions. Over here in the compendiums are all kinds of things that are part of the larger world, and they're available for you to pull out as part of prep, or if you need something on the fly, then you can pull them in and grab them. But generally, they're by putting them in compendiums, you're saving memory for your players' PCs, you're saving memory for your own PC, and it just speeds things up a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to grab the jailer here. I'm going to import him, so that's taking him from the compendium and moving him into the actor tab. So now he's online and ready for use and can be dragged out like that. And maybe we want to have a Gargan. So we're going to have a big old Gargan come out and attack them. All right. So you can see here, this guy, One Eye, he does have some weapons, broadsword and shorkana. And our large orc, the Gargu Viasal, he's also got all of his skills input, all of his attributes, and the combat is all set up. So there was a request in another video to show how to do combat with a counter-strike. Just going to show that real quick. Getting people into combat, you can right click on both, or click and drag like I'm doing here, right click and click on this in order to start the combat. Boom. We're over here, we've got a combat going on now. You do want to roll initiative for everyone. roll all. It's not really rolling, but it's pulling it out of the character sheet, the 64 and the 51. And we're going to begin combat. So Heathen One Eye is going to start. So I'm just going to bring him up. We go to the Combat tab. He needs to target. I'm going to put it over here. He needs to target the large orc. So there's the targeting on the large orc. And he's going to click on broadsword, do an attack. And over here, you then have to choose the defense. Now, if this was a real situation with multiple players, multiple screens, this would pop up on the defending player's screen. Here's how Counter-Strike works. As a defense, you click on the Counter-Strike, and he's going to Counter-Strike with his Mang. Hit OK, and it pops up here, what aspect, just like a normal attack, mid, additional modifiers, and Counter-Strike. And we see here now that the attack result resulted in a critical success for Heathen One Eye, and the Counter-Strike was a marginal success, and so that means that it the orc is going to take some damage, but not the original attacker. Click on Calculate Orc Injury, and we do the shock roll, and he makes the shock roll. So that's Counter-Strike. We can do another Counter-Strike just to see if we can get a more interesting result. Okay, so now the orc is going to fight, and he's going to attack with the Mang. Oh, I need to select the target. He's going to attack with the Mang. And we're going to Counter-Strike here with the broadsword. And again, it's a critical success and a marginal success, so same thing, but this time Heathen One Eye is going to get injured. You got an S2, needs to do a stumble roll and a shock roll. Now, if it had been one of the situations where they both got a success, then both would have had injuries and both would have needed to roll for those injuries. I just don't have the ability to force the success here because I don't have that module installed. So that is very quick how to get a game up and running from scratch. If you want to go, it's like if we want Heathen One Eye to run away from combat and run into the building over here. We need to let go of the orc. Oh yeah, this is one thing that is really annoying. I don't know why this isn't the default. When you get this, when you log in for the first time, go in Configure Settings, and you want to, this should be the default, I don't know why it isn't, left click to release objects and save changes. I don't know if you noticed, what happened was I had two people selected, and then when I was moving them, it was moving both of them, and it was a little bit tricky to deselect. By doing that, left click to select objects, I'm able to click somewhere else and it deselects these guys. I click on it and now I just am moving the one guy. Alright, so it does say that if you want to go in here, then it's recommended to use the in scene instead of moving around here. The reason for that is that buildings are lined up on straight lines. Hexes really don't work for that. It's at an angle, and so we do have some basic walls set up here. What you want to do is you want to go to the scene for the inn. You see it's set up here on an angle. I'm going to go ahead and click here, and now we're straight lines. We've got squares instead of hexes. Oh, this is the wrong one. Oh, no, there it is. There it is. Okay. And so now we just drag him over here, and now he's able to walk a little bit more sane. That's it. All right. I hope you enjoyed this session. I'll do another setup on how to speed create a character. It's like you've got uh, uh, an adventure. You want to pull in a whole bunch of characters from that adventure. How to do so reasonably quickly. I hope you enjoyed this content. Go ahead, hit the like button. Subscribe if you want to. I'm not monetizing any of this. Thank you.